Welcome back, everyone. So, today, as promised last time, I am going... Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow. Okay. Was unexpected. I just grew a mega rubber tree. Only part of it is rendering. Oh, good. And it's spawning mobs. Let's take care of this as quickly as we can here. Oh, good. I was kind of hoping that it would count it as an actual tree. Okay, I think I'll take a few minutes off camera then to clean this up. Anyway, we need some rubber. This is a first step for what we need to do. That's right, we're getting into Mine Factory Reloaded. Mostly for... Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Mostly for deep storage units, but yeah. I am going to pick up as much of this stuff as I can. Whew. These things do not mess around. Okay, I'm going to pick this all up, clean up my mess. I will be back in a little bit to, yes, continue or start working on our project to automate the production of diamonds, or at least semi-automate it. I've found that I probably won't be able to fully automate it. Anyway, be right back. Alright, here is step 1. We make a deep storage unit. Let me show you briefly how these guys work. Oops. Let's take, for example, some stone. If we place down the deep storage unit, we can see that we can put stone in it. It gets stored. If we take another stack of stone, that also gets stored. And it'll constantly keep a stack here in this inventory, but then, more importantly, it can store something like billions, I believe. I think billions, last I knew, of an item. This will be important, because we are going to end up with a lot of carbon. Okay, so let's get a sapling. Any type will do, but I'd kind of like apples, so why don't we get... Well, let's see what kind we have. We have rubber saplings, nah. Yeah, I think oak is the way to go. Cool. This will get us apples, which can be useful. Okay, one thing I want to check though is whether this raw rubber It's a mod item, so it does not actually help us. Okay, so let's come back into the overworld, and I'll show you generally how this is going to work. Okay, first we need a little space for it, although not actually that much. Ooh, this is a perfect spot. It's wide open. Okay, so here is how it's going to work. Okay, we're going to start with 2 autonomous activators that are both facing the same block. One of these is set to right-click. Round robin item use is fine. The other is going to be set to left-click, using only the first slot. Now, the important thing for this one is it will only be on when there is a high signal, and this one will only be on when there is a low signal. Okay. Now, we're going to place a block of redstone right here. That's not going to activate either of them, although this one will remain active because it already is. Then right here, we have a redstone repeater. And simple redstone can get run to each of those devices. Now, we will place a vacuum hopper. Well, might as well place it on top of this one. Vacuum hoppers suck items into themselves. And from this we will add some cable, that is item conduit. Okay, so and then we can, so this will also suck up experience, which I don't actually like that. Rather than putting it on the top, we'll put it on this side. So it will now export any experience it gets into that drum. Okay. The only thing we need to do now that cannot output directly to a conduit, which is fine. We'll just need to put an inventory there. Not necessary for demonstration purposes. Although for demonstration purposes, I will need bone meal. Okay, so here's how this works. In this hopper is an oak sapling, not in the hopper. In the autonomous activator. And it will get saplings until it fills up with saplings. Okay, easy enough. Now, when this sapling grows, okay, I am going to have to rethink this design. I think problem here is that oak saplings don't like things one block up and next to them. So probably what I'm going to do, see, this is difficult. Well, okay, no, I got it. I'll put the hopper here. Okay, there we go. Sapling grows. This guy here okay. My knowledge of vanilla redstone is apparently not as good as I thought. Okay, there we go. So, the block of redstone is activating this redstone, which is then getting drawn through by the repeater, which is making sure that this autonomous activator activates to harvest the oak wood. Now, I was close by, so I sucked up the oak wood first. But let's just take this guy, put him here. Okay, so he's active. And what that's going to let me do is put my drum here. This drum will collect experience. And back here, the items will come out. Okay, so let's just show this again, only this time I'm going to back up to here and show that that item should indeed enter the vacuum hopper. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's shameful. Okay, if I hold shift, my magnet will be off. So, let's watch again. My apologies. Okay, good. Vacuumed, vacuumed. Excellent. Okay. Now, the question you are asking yourself is, why did I go through all this effort just to have something that can break one log? Well, that is where stage 2 comes in. Stage 2 involves a lot of paper. We'll see if we have enough. Let me come over here and revisit our old Tinker Station. Okay, here's some paper. Let's get some things out. Yes, you did see correctly on at least one of those things. Okay, here we go. Broad axe head pattern of obsidian. Awesome. Obsidian has the reinforced 3 trait. Now, the rest of our broad axe will be made of paper, because paper adds writability. Let's see. Do we have enough paper? I kind of doubt it. This is going to be, well, we're going to be close. Let's see. I think we're 1 away. So, we want a tough binding of paper. It's going to take 6 paper. Yeah. And then we need a tough rod of paper. We need 1 more paper. Okay. So, obviously we are making a tinker's tool. It's going to be a new lumber axe. Now the important thing here is that we are going to put onto this lumber axe a lava crystal. This will automatically smelt the wood into charcoal, and we'll also put large plate. I think we have one more obsidian large plate. When you add an obsidian large plate to a tool, it increases the reinforced trait on that tool by 1. Now, okay, we're about to get into it. When the reinforced trait on a tool is 10, that tool becomes invulnerable. So the plan is to get reinforced 10 on an axe that also has smelting. This is going to take a little bit of doing. Okay, first let's actually make the tool. Okay. Come over here, grab the tough rod pattern. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. Broad axe gets the obsidian broad axe head. This is important because it starts us off with reinforced 3. Then we do all paper because paper is writable, meaning we can add more modifiers. So what are we going to name this? We're going to name this the coal miner. Okay, so if we come over here and add our new axe, we can see that we can add a lava crystal, which has a pretty simple. Here, I'll show you the recipe. I made it back in our base. Add the lava crystal. This is going to auto smelt. Now, when the axe cuts down a tree, it will make charcoal. Now, we're also going to add obsidian plates. Okay, we've just added as many as we can. And we can see, unfortunately, that we are only at reinforced 8. We can add another modifier by adding a diamond and a block of gold. That's great. Now we are at reinforced 9. That's not quite enough. We need one more modifier. You may have noticed. Yes, that's right. We are going to go fight the Wither. Just because we want another modifier on our tool. I'm quite happy with that. I think it's a fantastic reason to fight the Wither. We're going to do it alone. And we are going to do it with the benefit only of our 3 white stones and some of our mead. Okay, and before we do this, we are going to put some of our most valuable possessions away here in this chest. Okay. So, yeah, let's do this. So, we've still got a jetpack. Don't worry about that. We want a place where we are not going to blow up anything we love. So I'm thinking down here at bedrock level. You can see that I exposed all my mine shafts with the quarry. Okay, so this seems like a good enough place. Now, one thing I want to make sure is that I drink the 2-minute regen once we spawn him. Okay, when the wither spawns, we're going to take it out as quickly as we can. Okay, so our crossbow is awesome. So I'm not surprised that he... Okay, actually, that was pretty awesome. Okay, so we've got regen 2, which is countering the withering effect. Hopefully, we're also tipsy, which is no good, but anyway, that was not very hard. In part because of our mead, which was helping us regen, but also in large part because our weapons are really good. Especially blood loss, our crossbow. That took it down to half health, I would say almost instantly. And then the rest was just having to use this silly little scythe, which is better on groups of mobs and was really designed for that purpose. Okay. Now we have our nether star. I know, it's painful to spend a nether star on this, but I think that it will be worthwhile. Did not, okay. I actually want to take everything out of here. Yep. And I keep a spare Spectre key here in case I die and need to get to the Spectre dimension. Okay, so now if we add a nether star, we can add one more. Okay, let's just take this all out for now. We can add one more obsidian plate. That makes it unbreakable. An auto-smelting, unbreakable axe. Let's see this in action. Now, if we take this and put it up here, we should be able to add that back up and see it in action. So, that smelted all of the logs. Well, that's too bad. That smelting used to produce experience, but it does not look like it did. However, we did get a vacuum hopper with charcoal and saplings in it, which is what we wanted. Now, one more thing we want, though, are 2 logs so that we can make a chest. Yeah, I'm going to cut down this tree. Okay, so if we get out our assembly halo, make ourselves a chest. We can now add a buffer here, and the other thing we can do okay, there we go. Now, theoretically, only the saplings will end up here in the autonomous activator, and the charcoal, which will end up here, is going to go to the chemical decomposer, which I will put here. Okay. That is not where I wanted it to be. I don't want it to come in from the side. I must want it to come in from the top. I can do that. So if I put charcoal in here, yes, okay. Comes in the top of the chemical decomposer. Now, yes, I know, now things are kind of in the ground, and that's ugly. I will fix it up eventually. Just not at the moment. Okay, so add another item conduit, add a deep storage unit. Tell it can insert into the deep storage unit, and that it can extract without a signal here. So whenever it decomposes, it will automatically send it to the deep storage unit. Okay, great. There is one more thing we need to do here, and that is provide it with power. I will probably end up putting another lava source, or lava magmatic generator there. Although I might also use, any sort of generator that can run on coal, because I will be producing a lot of it here. But for the time being, power is generating. It is decomposing the coal. That is entering here. And oh, I hate that. I never check chunk boundaries before I make these things. That's okay. It'll all be loaded. If I add a chunk loader here, it will load all the chunks around it. Okay, so I wish I had more bone meal on me. But alas, I do not. Ah, but I have a watering can. So, let's test this out. When this tree grows, it is going to set everything in motion. Okay, and I will shift click, or just shift because awesome. Okay, the one thing I totally didn't account for, yep, apples. What is malic acid used for? Can use it to make an apple, or a golden apple. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, good. So it is ultimately a waste product of this. Okay, water plus malic acid. What I'm going to have to do is put an item filter here. I probably just want to keep storing apples in here. Or actually, I'll make a barrel or a deep storage unit to store apples here. Because I don't want them clogging the system up. And they can be useful sometimes, just not in the form of malic acid. Okay, and what happened here? Okay, good. Saplings are in it. So overall, this whole thing is working now. And what we're getting is carbon. Oh, and we can see it working by itself. Oh, and that time we got our experience. Not a lot, but some, which may add up if I keep this running all the time. Okay, so it looks like we got mostly coal. I should add that this is a higher priority than that. That's the last place things go. That way this will get all the saplings. And you know what? This is just going to work better if I make this a single stack, make it so that it only uses the first slot, and then fill the rest of it with cobble, which shouldn't ever enter the system. There. This way, this autonomous activator won't end up getting things like, I don't know, apples or charcoal and filling up with that. Okay, guys, this is going to get us carbon, and let me just very quickly show you. Well, no, I'll tell you something unfortunate. So the unfortunate fact of the matter is, even though we now have carbon, we are not going to be able to use this to get us diamonds automatically. And the reason for this is that you can't actually pull out of a chemical synthesizer. As much as I would like to, I cannot. What I will do, however, is have a synthesizer, probably put it, I don't know, here. And what I need is for carbon to enter it automatically, which is why I have this conduit. And we'll just have this insert, And we'll have this extract all the time, and this should nope, not working. Okay. I had it working before. I had it inputting on the side, so maybe what we need to do is take this guy, put him here, tell it to insert. Okay, yeah. So I'll set this up. This is going to automatically put the carbon into the synthesis machine. This is good for me. It's going to fill up this bottom part. And the important thing here is that what it'll allow me to do, once I put the recipe in, is that once I've got this, I can just sort of shift-click the carbon nanotubes. You know, that greatly condenses. It takes 4 stacks of carbon to get 1 carbon nanotube, and it just means that I can condense that. And then I can, if I want to, stick it back in, and actually, I don't know if this requires power. Oh, it does. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I can stick it back in, make diamonds if I want. It's just going to more efficiently let me utilize the carbon that is stored in here, because otherwise I would have to, I don't know, do crazy things like taking bags full of it back to our chemical synthesizer in the other dimension and doing it there. Okay, so it's not quite automated diamonds, but I'm going to polish this slightly and then let it run for a while. And it's going to get us some diamonds. Not going to make us the most wealthy. As you can see, it's somewhat slow. I could speed it up by adding any number of ways to speed up growth of the sapling, and I think someday when that is something we can easily do, I will do it. For now, this will do. And also for now, I'm the Lathian. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.